Good morning, guys. I just pulled away from the shop. I'm going back on a service call that I went on yesterday, and it's a Goodman GMP 50-12 and then a couple numbers after that, which is a 50,000 BTU gas furnace, give or take, with it, and the 12 stands for 1200 CFM. Customer called and said that, and she said she knows the sounds of the furnace, which, a lot of homeowners, if they can hear them in the attic or in the closet here, they learn the sounds. And this one's is up in the attic, but it's a low house, low attic, and she says that normally she can hear a little motor turning, which she's talking about the inducer. And then she said just a few seconds after that, she hears the burners light up. And we all know that, that's the hot surface igniter coming on and lights up the burners. And then she said after that, the main fan would come on, which we all know that's the blower motor. But she said that all she hears is the little fan and the burners never light. So I got in there, and the first thing I found wrong was I was not getting 120 volts to the igniter. I traced my wires back and they went directly to the board. I checked it at the board. The board was not releasing 110 to the igniter. Just so happened I happened to have that particular board on my truck, which I was luckily. I don't carry a whole lot of control boards, but I do carry, I try to carry some common ones that I know of, and I did have this board on the truck. So I put a board on it, and after that, started the furnace up again. I had 120 volts going to the igniter, but the igniter would not light. So I pulled the igniter out and it was cracked. So we threw an igniter in there. After that, everything ran fine. And I had a couple other calls yesterday. I have a very slow day today. Yesterday I had a pretty busy day. So I wanted to do a combustion test and a gas pressure and all that, because these particular GMP Goodmans, I've replaced several of them. They're very well known for the heat exchangers like cracking and having holes in them. And I wasn't really too thrilled at the way that it was burning. But I did not have time to check gas pressure and do a combustion test yesterday because I had other people waiting on me. And I was already running behind yesterday. So I told her that I would come back this morning and do all that. Well, yesterday I was driving down the road and I carry two phones on me. I have my company phone, which is an iPhone 6, and then I have my personal phone, which is an iPhone 6 Plus. And I was looking for my personal phone because that's pretty much the main one that I use. And I couldn't find it. All I had on me was my company phone. I realized I had left my phone in her attic. So I turned around and went back to her house because she leaves the door unlocked for me, and to recover my phone. And I noticed that as I was climbing in the attic, the inducer was starting and the furnace fired up, and then the flames cut right back off. And it did not do that to me after I made the repair. So I'm thinking that the flame sensor is dirty and needs to be cleaned. And so we're going to do that. And then we're going to do a combustion test and check the gas pressure, because I did not like the way the furnace was firing yesterday. So we should be able to get film on it, no problem. And we'll see you guys when we get there. All right, guys. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm taking the manifold off so that I can get to the flame sensor. I had to take the manifold off to change the igniter yesterday. It's not that hard to do, especially when you got a gas flex. But see, this is not code, but I didn't do that. Okay, got it removed. I'm gonna use my little stubby here to get to the flame sensor. Shut the gas off right here behind me. I know you guys probably can't see in there. There's no light in this attic. Make sure I don't leave my phone up here again like I did yesterday. Yeah, flame rod's got all kind of junk on it. That's why it's kicking off. Now I gotta find my other screw. I dropped one of the screws. There it is. I got a piece of sandpaper in my pocket. Look right there. I don't know how well that'll show up on camera, but I'm just gonna clean it off real good with the sandpaper. Alright guys, I'm going to finish cleaning this off, put it back in place, and then we'll get right back to y'all. Okay guys, I just want to test fire it before I do a combustion test to make sure that it's going to stay lit now. That inducer does not sound good either. Alright, there's the igniter. Oh shit. There we go. I had to turn the gas back on. Okay, it's staying lit. So now what I'm going to do is put the other two screws back in here. Guys, I use this little Milwaukee M12 impact. A lot of guys are scared of impact drivers, but I mean, I've never heard anything. Just when you hear that, once it tightens up and you hear that torque, you just stop. But these little 12 volts, I mean, they're not going to hurt nothing. See, once you hear that, that's it. You're good to go, and that sucker ain't going nowhere. But okay, I'm going to put the door back on and drill a hole in the flue here and get the Testo 320 set up, and I'm also going to get my gas pressure, my manometer set up. So let me get that set up, and we'll run some tests. All right guys, I got the Testo 320 set up over here. I got that drilled in, my cone. I have my manometer set up. I'm going to put this door on. Well, actually, let me put the probe in here. Okay. Now I'm going to put the door on. these Goodman panels can be a pain in the ass. There we go. Yeah, that inducer sounds rough. Oh yeah, gas pressure's way too high. It's running at 4.62. Manifold calls for 3.5. See right there. 4.62. We're gonna drop that down to 3.5. Oh yeah, because our CO is high. I forgot to bring a long screwdriver, so all I got is this nubby. I'm hoping that I can reach in there with this damn nubby. Alright, well the oxygen didn't shoot up when the blower came on, so that means that should be a good indication that the heat exchanger is not cracked. Nubby does fit in there. I may have to use a smaller tip. Still running a high CO. Okay, here we go. We're almost there. Just at 4. Right at 4. Okay, we're at 3.8. Getting critical now. Let me turn my light on. 3.7. 3.6, 3.53, 3.52, 3.51, 3.49, 3.5. Okay, I'm good with that. That'll show up. Got 3.51, 3.50, bouncing right there. I'm good with that. Let's go over here to the testo. Probably see that without the light there. CO's coming down. Oxygen, I think that's a little high. I have a cheat sheet on my phone, but I think we're supposed to be between 9 and 10, which 11's not horrible. Stack temperature looks okay. CO is at 25. Oxygen looks good. Efficiency. All that looks really well. I'm happy with that for the most part. Gas pressure's hanging in at 3.51 to 3.50, so I'm happy with that. Looks like the flames are burning real good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call that good. Gas pressure was way too high. That's why I was getting that funky burning yesterday. That's why I didn't like what I saw. Finally figured out how to work this printer. So this is my first printout. That's it. I'll leave that with her. Well, I don't know. I may reprint that. Our CO's dropped. Well, no, it's hanging in there. I'm good with that. Hey guys. Okay, well, we're all done with that. I was really happy for the customer's sake that, you know, the furnace was in good working condition. Because the furnace is not that old, you know, and you could tell it's a small house she lives in, and she's a single, and you could tell she really, you know, didn't have the money for a new furnace. Not that I was trying to push a new furnace. It's just I told her that I wanted to run this test, and she asked me, you know, well, what if the test comes back bad? I said, well, if you got a cracked heat exchanger, you got to change the furnace out. And you know, when she asked me, she said, okay, well, at worst case, if that's what it is, what's a ballpark? I gave her a ballpark on the furnace, and she didn't, you know, she wasn't really. It sounded like she really couldn't do that, but for her sake, she doesn't have to do that. The furnace is running fine, as you saw. The gas pressure was just set too high. That's why when I started it up yesterday, I didn't like what I saw. It was too much gas. Once I dropped the gas pressure to 3.5, the CO went down, as you saw. We ended up settling in after I shut the camera off. We settled down between 18 and 16 on CO. Oxygen went down to 10. Looked at my cheat sheet on my phone. It said between 7 and 10 on the oxygen. So, 7 and 10 on the oxygen. All that settled in fine. Cleaned the flame sensor, furnace stayed lit, as you saw. So everything's working fine. She wanted me to check her air conditioner today. She wanted me to clean it, check Freon and all that, but it's like 50 degrees here. It's just, or 49 degrees. And I told her that was just, that's too cold for me to be, you know, checking refrigerant and all that. And I told her to call me back in the spring, like around March, April, somewhere in that area. So we've got her set up to do that. But other than that, today's a slow day. I just got one more little thing that I got to go see about. It's a little old lady that lives by my house, and she's got a little space heater that's, she says it's not acting right, but I just don't think she knows how to light it. She's a little old lady. I'm not even gonna film that. And that's it. Then after that, I'm going home to take the back seat out of this truck. You know, when I bought this truck, I bought an extended cab. I didn't buy a back seat for riders. I bought a back seat for storage, and I tried to avoid taking out the back seat, but it's just not working out. I can't keep my stuff organized. I have no place to put my books. I could put them right here in the front seat, but then when you do get somebody that rides with you, you know, and every now and then I will, you know, my neighbor will, like if I got to change out or something, my neighbor will come with me. And I mean, I do have Daddy's van that he could drive, but you know, that would just kind of be stupid to take two vehicles like that, burn more gas. But so I'm gonna tear the back seat out of this truck, and I'm gonna build me some kind of bookcase, you know, to keep my you know, my scratch, you know, like my notepads here, you know, when people call me, and and you know, I have Comfort Maker price book, Ream price book. I've got maintenance contracts, you know, just proposal sheets in here, you know, just stuff that I have no place to put. and you know, I've got some tools in here, you know, some little zipper bags with stuff, and that all the way I have that set up works out fine. I just got to figure something else out. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and tear this back seat out of this truck. I'm going to look and see if I can figure out a different way to do it, but I think that's going to be my only option. It'll give me more room too. So, all right, guys. And I know y'all have all been waiting on the truck. The reason I'm telling y'all about this because I know y'all been waiting on the truck video from me, and I've pretty much got the bed, you know, the bins set up like I want them, but the truck's just not. I just don't have it exactly like I want it, so that's why I haven't done a truck video. But once I get this back seat out and get that reorganized, I should have it set up like I want it, and we'll be able to do a video after that. So, okay, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.